Imagine a place that exists outside of time, a quiet repository for all the moments that could have been. In this place, there is a door. Not just any door, but a gateway, fashioned from old brass and polished mahogany, humming with a strange, silent energy. What if this one door could open to every moment you regret? Not to change it, not to erase it, but simply to see it again, with the eyes you have now. This is the promise and the peril of the elevator of regrets. It doesn't travel through space, but through the landscape of a life, navigating the complex geography of sorrow and what-ifs. It waits, patiently, for anyone brave enough or broken enough to seek it out. You find yourself before it, drawn by a pull you can't explain, a whisper in your soul that knows this is where you need to be. With a deep breath, you press the call button. A soft, melodic chime, like a distant memory, echoes in the silence. The heavy doors slide open, revealing an interior that is both intimate and infinite. You step into an elevator that does not go up or down, but backwards. The air inside is still and smells of old paper and ozone, the scent of a coming storm. The walls are mirrors, but they don't reflect you, not the you of today. Instead, they shimmer with faint, ghostly images of all the people you used to be. The control panel is a blank slate of polished obsidian, but as your hand nears, it awakens. Dates flare to life, glowing embers in the dark, each one a scar, a crossroads, a moment of profound significance you didn't even recognize at the time. Your finger, guided by an instinct you don't understand, finds a date from a few years back. You press the button and the doors open, not to another floor, but to a memory. It's your old apartment. The air is thick with unspoken words. You see yourself, younger, angrier, more afraid than you realized. You're fighting with someone you loved. The argument itself is a blur, the details lost to the ego of the past. But what you see now, with perfect, painful clarity, is the look in their eyes. You see the moment you went too far, the moment you chose to wound instead of understand. A lie told to avoid a fight that came anyway. A phone call ignored because you were busy. The small, sharp cruelty you wish you hadn't wielded like a weapon. You want to scream, to reach through and stop yourself. Don't say it, you whisper. Just listen. Please, just listen to them. But there is a thin, unbreachable glass between then and now. You are only a witness to the history you wrote. You can't change a single word. You can only watch the ink dry, feeling the phantom sting of the wound you inflicted, a pain that has now become your own. The doors slide shut, leaving you alone with the echo of your own harsh words. The ride is not over. Another date glows, brighter than the rest, calling to you from further back. Your adolescence. You press it. The doors open to a sun-drenched afternoon in a park. You see yourself at 15, sitting on a swing set with your best friend. You were inseparable, two halves of a whole. You watch as you link pinkies, making a solemn vow to always be there for each other no matter what. The sincerity in your young voice is heartbreaking. Then, the scene shifts. It's a crowded school hallway a year later. You see your friend, looking lost, searching for a familiar face, and you see yourself, your younger self, across the hall with a new group of friends. You see the moment your eyes meet, and you see yourself make the conscious choice to look away, to pretend you didn't see them. A small betrayal, a tiny act of social cowardice, but in it, you see the hairline fracture that would eventually break a bond you swore would be unbreakable. Letterboxes of time unfold, a teenage promise broken, a friendship allowed to wither not from malice, but from simple, devastating neglect. The elevator hums, and another memory surfaces, a family dinner. You're 22, full of a restless ambition you couldn't name. Your father, a man of few words, is trying. He's asking about your art, the passion you used to talk about constantly as a child. He asks if you're still painting, and you see yourself shrug, give a non-committal answer about being too busy, about needing a real job. You see the hope in his eyes fade, replaced by a quiet resignation. You weren't just being evasive, you were afraid. Afraid to admit you were failing, afraid to be vulnerable, afraid that his practical nature would smother your fragile dream. So you built a wall, and in doing so, you missed a chance to connect, to let him in. You see now that he wasn't going to judge you. He was trying to build a bridge, and you, in your fear, handed him a stone instead of a hand. And then, the one you've been avoiding. The heaviest memory of all. It glows with a painful intensity. Your hand trembles as you select it. The doors open, and there is no grand scene. Just your old desk, cluttered with the anxieties of a busy life. Your phone rings. The screen reads, Mom. You watch your younger self, stressed and overwhelmed, Glance at it, sigh with impatience, and press ignore. You'll call her back later. There's always later. But as you stand here in this elevator of truth, you know with a certainty that cleaves your soul in two that there wasn't a later. That was the last call. That was the last time her voice was reaching for you. You watch the screen go dark, and a universe of unspoken "I love yous" and "I'm sorries" dies with it. A mother's voice left unheard, silenced by the trivial urgencies of a single thoughtless moment. You press your hands to the glass, a silent primal scream trapped in your throat. The regret is a physical force, a crushing weight that brings you to your knees. In the crushing silence that follows, something shifts. This elevator gives a gift and a punishment at once. The punishment is this unbearable pain, this forced witnessing of your own failures. But the gift is clarity. As the tears subside, you begin to see the thread connecting these disparate moments of pain. It wasn't malice, it was fear. Fear of being vulnerable, fear of not being enough, fear of inconvenience, fear of intimacy. You see a person so preoccupied with protecting themselves that they inadvertently hurt everyone they ever loved. It shows the small moments, the tiny choices made from a place of fear that built a life. It shows you the architecture of your own sorrow. And in seeing it, you feel a strange new emotion rising through the grief. Compassion. Compassion for the angry, scared person you were. You are not just a collection of your worst moments. You are the person who survived them. You rise to your feet, no longer a victim of your past, but a student of it. The panel of glowing dates has faded, replaced by a single steady light, a button that simply says, "Now." You press it. The doors slide open to the familiar silent lobby, but you are not the same person who entered. As you step out, you notice you are not alone. Others are emerging from their own journeys. Some leave in silence, their faces etched with a quiet sorrow. Others weep with the catharsis of relief as if a lifetime of weight has been lifted. One walks straight to the person they avoided for years, who has been waiting for them just outside the doors. You realize this journey, this painful pilgrimage, is a universal one. The elevator did not absolve you. It did not offer forgiveness. It offered something far more valuable: perspective. The weight of your regrets is still there, but it no longer anchors you to the past. It is now a compass, pointing you toward a different future. You cannot rewrite the old pages, stained with tears and crossed-out words. But you can turn the page. You can pick up the pen today and fold a new one, writing a new chapter with intention, with courage, and with the hard-won wisdom of looking back. The past is a story we tell ourselves, but the present is a story we are actively writing. If this ride made you think of one moment, one conversation, one choice you can still make, then the journey has already begun. Subscribe to Emotoura for more journeys into the heart of what it means to be human.